Good day, people. This is Andrew with Andrew's Complete Publishing. Coming to you live for a Q&A, and I had to pause, taking care of some business that I can keep my commitment to being live on today to have some questions answered, and just a brief history about this or that. This is basically one program that I have. It's called On Guard, and it basically helps you with spiritual warfare. And then the R part of it is relevant, and that basically helps you with getting your book published. And so at this time, I'll give you some information about myself, but you also can order my autobiography, which is on Amazon, and it's called Simply Andra, A Diamond in the Rough. And you just go to Amazon, type in Simply Andra, A Diamond in the Rough by Andra Walker, or type in Andra Walker. It should come up. You also can go to bit.ly, bit.ly/Andra, but the difference is it's a capital A, lowercase n, capital D, lowercase r, a capital A, and that's basically it's cap sensitive. My name is cap sensitive, okay? But that will put you directly to where my autobiography is. That will explain how God validated me and made me the person I am today, with the confidence I have as a wife, as a mother, as an evangelist, as an author, as a writing coach. That's my identity, and I share it with people. And when you read my autobiography, it kind of breaks down how those was established, and how my confidence was built in those areas, because they were not taught how to be either of those. And if it wasn't for God, then I don't believe I'll be as far as I am today. But yeah, so that's basically my identity. If you would like to learn more about me, it will be in my autobiography, which is Simply Andra, A Diamond in the Rough. And basically what this or that is to make writing a book simple and engaging in spiritual warfare simple. Or not, what's maybe simple for me may not be simple for another person, but the nuts and bolts is there are principles, there are exercises, there are things that you can practice to be more comfortable, to ease anxiety, or even believing that you can't, or coming out of things spoken over you, you will have the ability to accomplish writing a book or engaging in spiritual warfare. Okay, so On Guard, the spiritual warfare aspect is basically, okay, let me explain. What is warfare? Spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is understanding that as a Christian, we are battling against principalities, powers, wickedness, high places. Understanding we serve God in spirit and in truth. So it's a spiritual battle, okay? So with this spiritual battle, we have to understand how to engage. And we do that by, one, closing doors. And when we have open doors, things that when we was in the world, we had no control over, or even as a Christian, we still have some challenges with certain things, people, places. And so it's basically putting that all in front of you, right? And you put it in front of you, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to tackle this one by one, so that when warfare comes, or when there's a bombardment of frustration, a bombardment of sadness, a bombardment of things that are not of God, and you're able to identify those usually. And sometimes you need some help. But at the same time is recognizing when to engage in war, and understanding that the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So understanding that, it makes the warfare so much simpler. And that's what On Guard is all about. I wrote 3 books, Why Submit to a Lie, Iniquities Must Die, and Prayer Ship. All 3 of those are 3 books that have a lot of information to whereas in that can identify with the daily challenges that we have as a Christian, and even some of my personal story as well. But the On Guard is a workbook that you don't necessarily need those 3 books, but the exercises and stuff that's in there, some of it applies to those 3 books. And it's basically helping you feel more comfortable about where you are in God, and even just to get that second wind, because sometimes we serve God and it's so overwhelming that we feel alone, or we don't feel like sharing with others, believing that they don't understand, or you might be in a situation where they don't understand. But it's showing you how to embrace what's going on, and then tapping into your source with God so that he can catapult you out of that situation in pure victory. And that's the most amazing feeling that anyone can encounter, and not just encounter but experience as well, because a lot of times God will pull us out on our own and deal with us personally, and we can't contact another person or whatever. And so it's just a workbook to kind of ease anxiety, or believing that we can't regroup, or what if your church is not teaching certain things that relates to your personal, or you don't feel comfortable. You can fill in the blank, really, but it's just some basic information, making us conscious of how the Holy Ghost supposed to function in our lives. But yeah, so that's why I wanted to come on today, to see if anyone had any questions pertaining to On Guard and spiritual warfare, anything along those lines, to whereas then I just wanted to be available to help, and then also let you know that even if it's not today or right now, or when you write this, when you look at the video, but you will also be able to call me or contact me at any time. But I just wanted to put this here, just to put like I said, to make myself available. People call and people text different things, and that's one of the reasons why I'm still publishing, because I'm not able to be everywhere at all the time. So I publish the books with exercises and stuff, so people can kind of bridge the gap or work at their own pace, things along those lines. So yeah, so a lot of times when we engage in spiritual warfare, it brings a security or a peace, and it also glues our relationship together with God. And that's what we need. We need to stay connected. God is our source of power, our source of being, and all of that. So it's just being able to stay connected. All right. Some people are like, well, I'm not a warrior, or I can't. They're saying they can't, or either they feel like they're not in a position, or or taught certain things to make them believe that, because that was my case in the beginning. But when God dealt with me, the more close I got to him and he dealt with me, it's crystal clear now that we do have, it is our job and our business, even a part of being peculiar, to be able to ignite the warrior that's within us, because we're born into some covenants and oaths that our ancestors or parents have gotten into, and then there's some things we bring on ourselves. So we cannot, it's inevitable not to fight as men and women of God, because it will cause us to backslide and revert back to old behaviors, and that's what we do not want. Okay, so yeah, so spiritual warfare has to do with the spiritual side of Christianity, and the warfare part is us engaging and backing it up, and us gaining ground, so the devil doesn't believe or increase the warfare, because we're not fighting back. We have to fight back. Whether it's our marriage, our kids, our job, our business, we have to be confident. We have to be a light in darkness in those situations. So when it comes to this or that, that's the this part of it. Okay. So right now there's no questions, which is totally fine. But if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'm going to transition over into the book part of it, to whereas in I have a workbook for helping you get a rough draft done from beginning to end. It'll help you with a rough draft, how to get your thoughts out your head. Now, where all this come from? Why am I doing spiritual warfare? Why am I helping people write books? Because when you see me, that's who I am. I am a writing coach. I am an evangelist. I am a Christian counselor. I am that person that when you see me, I can put on either hat, as they say, or I have the ability to do either or because of my call and being on my path of destiny. That's really what it's all about. So that's why I can do either or, and I kind of keep them together because usually I encourage people, after you get through with something, share it with somebody. And what better way to do it is to share it with somebody that in a book, to whereas then people can check it out. And like I said, you can't be everywhere at one time, so it's just a matter of you getting in a position to where you would be able to get it out, and then the book will help you do that. So you would do that by whether you have a principle or explaining where you're coming from as far as what God has called you to do. It will show you how to put it in a format to be able to get your book published. And that's what the workbook is all about, to simplify that. Okay? If you know something has been proven to work, or it's a certain way you do certain things, people ask you about it, or you're used to explaining, you can just go ahead and put it get it out your head and then into a book. And then another thing too is, like I said, your testimony, or you can break down your business, a way to promote yourself to whereas and you're not stretching yourself thin, or even if you don't, not necessarily stretching yourself thin, but the ability to be able to say, just go to Amazon, it's right there, or you can have it in your trunk. You know what I mean? People who don't know you is a good way to introduce yourself. You would be able to, they can read and then leave your information for them to contact you. So it's just like I said, my job is just to make it simple to write your book, make it simple to engage in spiritual warfare. And if you know me, you know that it's my heartbeat to be able to do either or. If those who don't know me, like I said, check out my autobiography, Simply Andra. It's on Amazon, or give me a call, 510-852-9024. And then if you want to email me, you can do it at simplyandra and 2019@gmail.com. So there you have it. Once again, Simply Andra coming to you live. I was hoping to have a couple questions, or, like how people are, they want to inbox you. They want to email you. I'm open. My whole point is that I'm just being consistent with pushing my assignment. My assignment is to simplify how to write a book, simplify how to engage in spiritual warfare. And so I say, you have a great evening. You want to call me or text me, call or text, 510-852-9024, or you can email me, Simply Andra, all lowercase, 2019 @gmail.com. You have a good one.